Hey everyone, this is Mike Howerton here at Area 51, joined tonight in this video by the Admiral himself, Tracy Rumschlag, our chassis engineer and specialist here at the Alien Factory. And this is going to be our final video tonight that we're recording on a Sunday night. We started Trace, about 11:15, 11:20, and it is now after around 2 a.m. in the morning, and we had just been recording straight through. I'm getting tired myself, and this is going to be our last video that we're recording tonight as we release these throughout the week. This one will probably go up next weekend, over the weekend, as people are getting ready for Richmond, because the topic of this video, we're doing one topic at a time in these videos. The topic of this video is flat tracks. And there are some specific things that you guys need to think about and consider in your setups as you're building setups for these flat tracks, especially some of these short tracks that happen to be flat tracks as well, like Richmond that we're coming up on, which is our next oval track in the open series. A lot of people are setting out here the COTA week as far as setup building goes anyway, and they're going ahead and focusing on Richmond. So we want to go ahead and give them some information that will help them in their flat track setups as everybody is heading towards starting to build their sets, getting ready for Richmond. It's not coming up this Monday, but the Monday after. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. If you have not done so already, we'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't subscribed yet. Also, if you really want to help the channel out, the best thing you can do is share this video. We're trying to get this in front of as many people as we can. We're trying to help the iRacing community, especially those who are just starting out in iRacing, and also those who are starting to learn to build setups for the first time in this introduction to setup building an iRacing series that Tracy and I had been doing, and we have been releasing videos for this week. And so I am going to just go ahead and shoot us over to the Admiral himself as he talks about the specifics and the things that need to go into the setups when you are specifically looking to build setups for flat tracks. So Admiral, I'm going to kick it right over to you now.
All right, drop your beer, grab your gear. The Admiral's here. So anyhow, what I want to cover tonight is we want to get into Richmond, or more or less the flat tracks themselves, because that seems to be problematic for a lot of builders. Now, granted, what I'm going to go over tonight may not be the fastest, but I guarantee it'll be the most consistent. And I'll give you a reason why. We had spoken in the past about arm asymmetry. And arm asymmetry is just the different lengths in the arms themselves that connect the front ARB, okay, the anti-roll bar. And by doing that, what it does is it's supposed to help the left front roll over, stay on the track and not roll over to the right. But unfortunately, what we find on this chassis, which is the short track chassis, and believe it or not, this actually applies all the way up to like New Hampshire. And I know there's a lot of builders that struggle in this area. I've heard comments a lot where they just can't get the right feel. It's just the left front wants to pull up and doesn't want to stay on the track. It doesn't look good in Motec. And well, what I've found in my testing and the things that I like to do is I reversed engineered it. It's basically what I did. So everything that's supposed to make it right didn't make it right. So I went the opposite way. So I came up with a chassis, and this is just what I call an R&D, which is research and development. There's no merit to it at all. If you're going to copy it and want to go out and race it, have at it. It's no big deal. I don't think you're going to win practice is about the only thing you'll win with it. But anyways, I call it the slide rule special, and I've had it around for a couple years, and I usually just dally with it just because I like tinkering with it. It's just my test set. So anyhow, if you were to take the camera view, the rear chase, and you were to look at the front on some of these sets that come out, and it could be iRacings or anybody, it doesn't matter. It used to be, and I believe it's still consistent, is the left front would get pulled off the track. I mean, it looked like it would roll over and the left front would just come up. Nobody could seem to figure out how to keep the left front down. The only thing that I found, like I said, I reverse engineered it. Now, we've talked about a lot of components on the car, but the one thing we haven't talked about is chassis tilt, okay? Meaning that the chassis actually tilts in or higher on the right side than the left. Okay. Now, the reason I did that is because I didn't have enough arm bar diameter, which is only 2.5 is the max. And the max arm asymmetry is known as max. We'll just call it 6. Wasn't enough to keep it down. For some reason, it keeps falling over on the right rear. So what I did was I jacked up the right side of the car. So you'll notice my ride heights are not level. My minimum is 4.52. Now the minimum is 4.500, but I'm just a click above it. But the right side is higher. Okay, it's 3/4 of an inch, almost 3/4 of an inch higher. Okay, so the reason I did that is to allow the right side to travel further and allow my arm asymmetry and my bar to do more work. It gave it more travel so it didn't go past center. Okay, and how I came up with this, and it's just more of an arbitrary value, but we've talked in the past about spring deflection numbers, shock deflection numbers. Well, this is where I found it was in the shock deflection number. Okay, so let me explain something so you know how I got to this. Now, in a Cup car, and I believe the rule's still the same, or the Xfinity car, in the rear, you have truck arms which connect to the rear end. Okay, supposedly they're supposed to be symmetrical. All the mounting points on the frame, on the chassis frame and stuff like that are supposed to be in the same position, right and left. Okay, same way with the spring buckets and also the shock mounting positions. Okay, so they're supposed to be symmetrical. So that being said, that means that when we get into these shock deflection numbers, then theoretically, if they are the same using the same shock with the travels, if you have matching left and right, then theoretically it should be level. In this case, it isn't. So, and the reason being, and I'll get to that in a second. So the shock deflection numbers, I set my minimum at 7 inches, which is what we're allowed in the garage. Okay, it's blinking yellow because I'm within 11 thousandths of an inch to pass, not passing tech. Actually, 12 will not pass tech. So, anyways, so that gave me a shock deflection here of 5.47 of 12. So I thought, in order for me to try to make a level chassis, I'm going to crank up on this right side. But when I did, I made this match. So I'm at 5.47 of 12 on the right side. But it gave me that 3/4 inch split. Pretty close. It's 60 thousandths, whatever you want to call it. 600 thousandths, I'm sorry. So anyways, so that additional travel is how I found it. And what it allowed me to do in Motec when I was out on the track is it kept the left front down because it was already down, but it didn't allow it to go past center, so it wasn't picking it up. Okay, so that allowed me to run no arm asymmetry, which really makes the car handle very nice over a long period of time. And the reason being is we're not band-aiding a setup flaw by introducing too much arm asymmetry or too big of a bar. So being like this made it great on the long runs because we just didn't kill the tires. It may not be fast up front, but once it gets rolling, brother, better look out because it's coming. And that's what I liked about it. So this particular chassis that I did, I tried to make a lot of things symmetrical. And I'll give you an example here too. So we've talked in the past about wheel weights. So we went to the minimum nose weight, which we've talked about previous videos, right? This particular chassis is 50.3. That tells me it's a short track car. Then what I did was I matched the cross weight to the nose weight. What that does makes you slide down here to these corner weights, okay? And it affects this left side. So I'm at 917 pounds on the left front tire, okay? Which makes it the heaviest tire on the chassis, which is what I want. I'm trying to keep the left front down, okay? I didn't want to put a bunch of negative cross weight in there trying to keep it down. I just wanted it balanced, okay? So if you look at the left rear weight, it's at 915. So I got 917, 915. You want to make it perfect, split the middle, make 916 if you really want to get after it, have at it. But for this video, I just got it close. And if you drive this thing, it's very nice on entry and it's very good on exit. It doesn't do nothing crazy, okay? If you're getting a little venturesome and you want to try something and you're starting to play with these wheel weights, and we're going to get into this in another video, make the right side corner weights match once and see how much different it drives than the left side corner weights. And that's just by moving your cross weight. And once again, like I said, I'll get into that in another video. But right now I match the nose weight and the cross weight. This thing is nice. It just drives like a Cadillac. Like I said, it's not going to set no track records, but it doesn't fall off a ton either. So anyways, this is what I found. And I use this on my IRP, my Indianapolis Raceway Park, I take this chassis there and I race it. And it's not fast up front, but it will work its way up through. So you have to be patient with it. It's not a qualifying set by any means. And then I'll use it at New Hampshire or Loudon, however people know it as. And then any flat track, Milwaukee. If we go to Milwaukee, it's there because the characteristics are the same on all these flat tracks with this chassis. So that's my way of working around it. Like I said, there's going to be faster setups out there, and if you have to look at your race. If your race is going to be a caution fest where you need upfront speed, this isn't going to be your setup. But if you're going to run long runs where you're going to just be out there, just maybe green flag stops, that kind of stuff, you may want to try something like this. This might work to your advantage. And I know when I was racing at IRP, I was on the leader's bumper for like 138 out of 140 laps. I could tell you who his sponsor was. And right as the point I was getting to wearing him down where I was going to pass him, we get a caution. So I knew I was done. So I finished second, got a podium. I was happy about that. Didn't tear nothing up, didn't rough up the leader, nothing like that. So we had a good race and moved on to the next week. So anyways, this particular car, like I said, is symmetrical. You'll notice all the shock settings are the same. You'll notice the track bar is level. You'll notice the truck arms are level, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's no real magic to it, no black art to it. It's just a nice, consistent piece that you can drive and then tune from there. So anyways, so that's what I got on that, Mike.
Awesome, Trace. Appreciate it, man. And that's going to wrap us up for this week of recording of videos. And hope you guys are continuing to enjoy this introduction to setup building. We're focusing on the B car, but a lot of the stuff that we talk about is also applicable to the trucks as well, the C Open. But with the next gen cars, sometimes a little bit of it's not as applicable, but a lot of it is. So we're trying to be as generic as possible. But since we focus on B Open here at Area 51, we are, we're using those setups and stuff and showing that garage. So hope that you guys got a lot out of this. This video was specifically tuned there to the flat tracks, and a lot of those flat tracks are also short tracks as well. And yeah, we're just trying to get you all pointed in the right direction. Appreciate you being so far. If you stuck with us here to the end, we appreciate that. If you have not done so yet, we just ask you down and hit that subscribe button down below the video. There's also a bell icon down there you can click on while you're there, and that will get you notified anytime that we go live with a live stream, or when we host and put up more of this great on-demand content that we've been putting up here as of late at the Area 51 Alien Factory. There are also a couple of affiliate links down below in the description. If you would like to do so, you could visit Major's Garage, and if you follow our link in, we will get a slight small discount, or not discount, but a slight small commission off anything you purchase following that affiliate link. That is not an endorsement of their setup shop. They just reached out and offered it to us. So I'm throwing it out there in our videos. And also Jeff Maconi from Maconi Setup Shop, he give us a discount code. It's Area 51, no spaces, all together there, one word, at Maconi Setup Shop at checkout. If you use that, you would get a 10% discount on any single set purchases, or he told me anything that wasn't a monthly subscription. So that was kind and nice of him to do for you, our viewers. We don't get anything for that. And if you own a setup shop and you would like to also offer our viewers here at the Alien Factory a slight 10% discount, I'm sure they would appreciate it. Just get a hold of me, give me the promo code. If you want to keep it simple, make them all Area 51 with no spaces, that would be cool, easier for our viewers to remember. But if you would like to do that, just get a hold of me. It's no problem. We're not tied or married to any setup shop, not even trying to promote one or the other. But if you'd like to do that, we would just stick it down our video and give you a quick mention at the end of the videos that our viewers can get a discount and save money at your setup shop as well. So that's it. We are wrapping up not only for this video, but it's past 2 a.m. We're wrapping up for the night here with our videos we're recording for the week for this introduction to setup series that we're doing. We're continuing on. This is it for the week. So for me, Mr. Excitement, Mike Howerton, and for the Admiral himself, Tracy Rumschlag, we appreciate you being with us. And as always, we will see you in the next one.